Two people can start a cleaning business on the exact same day. Same industry, same service. One of them becomes an owner, and the other one becomes the cleaner, the manager, the salesperson, the complaint department, ultimately the backup plan all at once. And here's the part that makes this all dangerous. You do not feel like you're going down the wrong path with your cleaning business until you're already too deep into it. It just creeps up on you. Cleaning a couple accounts at night feels harmless, doesn't feel like a big deal at first. It actually feels kind of responsible. It feels like you're earning your way in, you're paying your dues. But paying your dues as a cleaner does not make you a better owner. Paying your dues as an owner makes you a better owner. And that starts before you ever get your first client. If you're new here, my name is Mike Mack. I've been building cleaning businesses for well over a decade now. I'm now in my third cleaning business. Right now, I started from scratch in a new state. And for the last 6 years, I've been helping people build their own high-ticket cleaning businesses. Businesses that they don't need a vacation from. And what I'm about to show you here in this video is something I honestly wish someone had shown me before I had started. And there was a moment early on in building my second cleaning business that made me want to pull all my hair out one at a time. And it honestly changed everything for us. And like I said earlier, you don't see it coming when you're in it. Now I want to tell you about the night where it just made it impossible for me to ignore anymore that I was going down the wrong path. See, my wife and I, we had been cleaning all day. We were exhausted, hungry, and all we wanted to do was go home, eat something, and fall into the couch and watch TV until we passed out. But we had more accounts to go, so we pushed through. Now we pulled up to the next location and parked, waiting for a cleaner who had agreed earlier that day that she was going to be our new cleaner. Now she was supposed to meet us at that location, and so we were waiting and waiting and waiting. Her phone started going to voicemail, and it was the dead of the winter, snow and slush everywhere, and then we realized after a while that she wasn't coming. We were sitting in a cold car at the end of a brutal day, waiting just to be stood up. And it was in that very moment we were completely done. We had still 2 more accounts to clean. We looked at each other, my wife and I, and we were like, this is not what we signed up for. That changed everything for us. Now, I am in no way telling you this story to scare you. It's the opposite. I'm telling you because I don't want you to find out the hard way like we did. Because everything that led up to that night started with decisions made in the very beginning. Decisions that seemed fine at the time. Decisions that didn't feel like mistakes until it was too late to easily undo them. That is what this video is all about. So here's the first place most people take a wrong turn without realizing it. And I get it, because the intent is actually good. You want to make sure the work is done right. You want to learn the service. You want to protect the client relationship from day one. Smart. But the moment you start cleaning, even one account, you are now inside of the work instead of running the company. The client gets used to seeing you doing the service. So eventually pulling yourself out is going to become super difficult. And when something goes wrong, well, you are already the default answer because you have always been there doing the cleaning yourself. The question is not whether do you care enough to clean. The question is are you building a business that needs you to clean? Because if the answer is yes, you're not building an asset. You are instead building a job with no boss. And that is somehow even harder. So let me make this 10 times easier for you. You do not clean under no circumstances. And I know if you're watching a channel like that, that isn't a new decision, or at least it shouldn't be a new decision. And now once you've decided to show up as the owner, well, the next decision is the kind of business that you're actually building. So here's the second turn that so many people miss, including myself. See, I believe your first decision as business owner, besides the cleaning, is what does actual success look like? And I say that because early on, I confused getting clients with being successful. Any client to me was a win. And in a way, it was. But the wrong clients at the wrong price point made it impossible to hire properly and impossible ultimately to pull myself out. And that's because the margins were way too thin. So I stayed in so much longer than I should have. There is nothing wrong with a confidence boosting win of getting a client early on, but the business needs to be pointed in the right direction from day one. A commercial office client, it's a type of client who's going to pay you well. They're going to expect consistency and they're going to respect your business relationship. That client makes everything so much simpler because there's going to be good margins, predictable schedule, and a business that's actually manageable on the side. On the flip side, a random low-price client who found you on a whim, see, that client is going to make everything so much harder because you're going to have thin margins, you're going to have constant involvement, and the moment a better offer comes along, well, they're likely to pass on you and go with the next company. I want you to imagine for a second, you can have a cleaning business with 5 dream clients, like I'd mentioned earlier, or 5 of these clients that we were just talking about. Which would you prefer? Well, the way I was trending in the beginning was I was trending towards the annoying clients, the clients with no margins. But do you see how radically different that is? That's the exact same business. The only thing different are the type of clients that you're going after. But that right there is a completely different life. And that's why I say this company is like a ship, and where you point it in the beginning is where it's ultimately going to end up. And once you know who you're going after, the next question is, well, how are you actually going to get in front of these clients? Because let's be real. We all want the premium clients, right? We don't want the clients that are just going to be a bane of our existence. But the how we get those clients, how we get them coming to us, well, that's the next decision you're going to have to make. So here's decision 3. How do we get in front of those great clients? And I'll tell you this, how you get in front of these clients is going to shape everything. And that's because if you're out there chasing clients the way everyone else is, just anyone who says yes, you're going after them with cold calling, you're knocking on doors, you're passing out business cards and flyers everywhere. I mean, you're not building a system there. Not only are you not building a system, you're not getting the right clients. You're not going to attract the right clients doing it the way everyone else is doing it. So you have to be different from day one. And the way to do that is make sure that you are positioning your company effectively in the beginning. And what that simply means broken down is just be clear about who you want to serve. Having a good website, messaging that speaks to the right client. You just want them to they just have to feel like you understand them. And the easiest way I can tell you how to do that is just don't talk about yourself. Talk about them. Talk about their office, their clients, their goals. Like, talk about that in your marketing. Don't talk about how you're awesome and you've been the best at family owned and operated, best this, best that. No, they're the best. Simplest way to put this is they are Batman, you are Robin. You are Alfred, actually. You're not even Robin. You do that. When you try to attract great clients, trust me, you will blow your competition out of the water because they're too busy talking about how great they are. Check that. They're too busy logging into ChatGPT and saying, hey, write me messaging so I can get clients. They're using the same thing everyone else is doing. You have to decide from day one that positioning matters. You have to decide that I only want great clients and I want them coming to me. Then make this decision now to position yourself like the guide, like Alfred to their Batman. If you don't understand a superhero reference, you're the sidekick, they're the hero. And once you've made that decision, hit that like button. No, but once you've made that decision, you're gonna have the right clients coming in. And it's gonna be a lot easier to run this business the way you want it to be ran. Now, there is one more thing that quietly is going to catch so many people off guard. It did for me as well. You noticing a trend here? I made all the mistakes. But seriously, most beginners are going to think I could figure out the cleaners once I get the accounts. I'm going to handle quality control when something comes up, and I'm going to build systems once I have clients. That is exactly how the owner becomes the system. That's how I did. But I don't want you to do that, so let's get right to what you need to do. You need to think ahead. You need to build a cleaner bench before you need it. You have to build a backup before the first person no-shows. And you have to have clear standards before the first walkthrough. You have to have a process for when something goes wrong, so the answer is never just call Mike or call you. Put plainly, you can reverse engineer a business, a great business. You can reverse engineer it to fit beautifully around your life, like a glove. And it all comes down to these decisions that you're making in this video. And the big mistake here is to just, I'll figure it out as I go. Because you can do that. But if you take the time now to just think ahead, just make these decisions now, it's not going to get in the way. If anything, it's going to accelerate your growth, even if you have no experience. Here's one of my favorite quotes. Abraham Lincoln. He said, if you had 6 hours to chop down a tree, he would spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. And that's what this video is. This is sharpening your axe. This is paying your dues as an owner before you ever sign on your first client. So when you start with the right company right out of the gate. Now, you're not choosing whether to start a cleaning business. You're choosing which version of this cleaning business that you actually want to build. One version is going to make you the cleaner, the manager, the complaint department, HR, the backup plan. And this other version, the owner. Same industry, different decisions, different life. You're watching a video like this, then you are doing the work, the right work. And that makes me confident in you because today is the day to sharpen the axe. Make the decisions today. And you are already the owner of the version of this business that you want to build, the high-ticket cleaning business owner. And if you want help building that version, that high-ticket version from day one with the right clients, the right people in charge, the right systems, click the first link in the description. Book a call, talk with my team. See how we can help you build this thing while skipping a lot of trial and error in the process. If you'd rather learn a little bit more about the model, how this all works and how it could work for you, watch this video right here. This could be a great option for you. Go ahead, I'm waiting for you over there.